Hey there, and welcome to the Deep Dive.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're taking a plunge into something pretty complex, but also really rewarding: international education.
Yeah, it's a big topic, lots of moving parts.
Definitely. And our source material today gives us a fascinating case study, an organization called MAQAMAT.
Right. They specialize in connecting students, specifically from Pakistan, with universities overseas.
Exactly. And by looking closely at how they do things, their detailed approach, we think you can get some really useful insights into navigating this whole process, wherever you're from or planning to go. So our mission today is basically to figure out what an educational consultancy like MAQAMAT actually offers, how they streamline the whole application journey.
Which can be pretty daunting.
Totally daunting. And what unique takeaways we can get from their very specific methods. Okay, let's unpack this.
Sounds good. Well, the first thing about MAQAMAT is how they position themselves. Their tagline is, your gateway to world-class education. And they're very clear. The focus is connecting Pakistani students with universities mainly in Malaysia and Turkey.
Malaysia and Turkey. Interesting choices.
Yeah, and their vision, it's not just about getting an acceptance letter. They talk about empowering students, helping them reach their full potential, getting into top global universities, and providing really personalized support, to nurture their talents and aims for a better future.
So more than just paperwork.
Exactly. What's fascinating here is it's a really holistic view. It goes way beyond just the admission itself.
That's a really compelling way to frame it. Potential over just placement, like you said. So, okay, Malaysia and Turkey, what kind of programs are we talking about there? And any idea on the costs? Why those two specifically, do you think?
Well, the focus is definitely sharp. For Malaysia, they mention working with over 50 universities.
Wow, 50?
Yeah. Popular programs are things like engineering, medicine, business, IT, and they note tuition fees starting from about $3,000 per year.
Okay, $3,000 for Malaysia?
Right.
And Turkey?
Turkey, they work with over 30 universities. Popular fields seem to be medicine, engineering, but also arts and sciences.
A bit broader, maybe?
Perhaps. And the tuition there starts a bit lower, around $2,500 per year.
Interesting.
Both countries offer, really distinct academic and cultural settings. And MAQAMAT specializing probably means they can guide students through the nuances of each place, not just the academics.
That makes sense. Here's where it gets really interesting. You see the different costs, the different program strengths. But for someone listening, maybe thinking about this, the big question is always, why them? What makes MAQAMAT stand out?
Right, it's a crowded space.
For sure. What's their value proposition?
Well, they point to 5 years of expertise, a proven track record. But when you dig into the why choose us part, they list several things. A big focus on scholarships, comprehensive student support, that holistic development idea again, plus expert knowledge of the application process, extensive experience, personalized preparation, dedicated empowerment, and proven success. It's quite a list.
It is.
And, this raises an important question. How do these points actually tackle the real worries students have?
Like the stress and confusion.
Exactly. It seems like they're trying to address those anxieties head on. It's not just ticking boxes. Take the scholarship focuses, for example. That probably means more than just pointing to public listings. It could be about their relationships with unis, maybe accessing funds you wouldn't easily find, or helping tailor applications for specific scholarship criteria.
Right, that's a deeper level of insight.
Yeah, moving beyond just basic info gathering.
Those are definitely strong claims. But how does someone, a student thinking about this, actually know about that proven success, or what dedicated empowerment feels like day to day?
That's fair. I think it comes down to the details of the support, like personalized preparation.
What does that mean in practice?
Well, it could be things like mock visa interviews, maybe tailored to the specific embassy they'll face, or even like pre-departure briefings on cultural stuff that might catch a Pakistani student off guard in Malaysia or Turkey.
Okay. Stuff you wouldn't get from a generic website.
Exactly. That kind of detail, that's what tackles the fear of the unknown, I think.
That level of detailed guidance. Yeah, it sounds really thorough. I'm especially curious about the actual journey, like the step-by-step. How do they actually walk someone through what seems like a million steps, especially for Malaysia? Okay, let's unpack this. Can you walk us through that?
Absolutely. Looking at their 10-step process for Malaysia, it's really laid out. It seems designed for continuous support, trying to head off problems.
Okay, step one.
Step one, they push out information, social media, WhatsApp groups, getting the word out there.
Standard enough. Then,
Step two, people join these WhatsApp groups. Then, importantly, they have to fill out a form to show they're actually serious.
Ah, a filter.
Seems like it. Step 3, the MAQAMAT team then calls the people who filled the form, the ones who seem serious, like a verification call.
Got it. So they talk to them directly.
Yeah. Step 4, once verified, those people get a Google form to submit all their documents. Transcripts, passport copies, everything needed for the university application.
Right, collecting the essentials.
Step 5, they actually help fill out the university application form itself, sometimes using Zoom or Google Meet for guidance. Then you wait for the offer letter. That takes maybe 1 to 2 months.
The waiting game. Okay.
Step 6, offer letter arrives, good news. Then MAQAMAT applies for the VAL, the Visa Approval Letter.
VL. What's that exactly?
It's basically pre-approval from Malaysian immigration. Kind of says, yep, we're okay with this student coming before they apply for the actual visa sticker. Takes just a couple of days, apparently.
Okay, so it's a key step before the embassy visit.
Exactly, which leads to step 7. After getting the VAL, then they apply for the student visa at the Malaysian embassy in Pakistan. This is done via the EMGS website, that's the official portal for international students in Malaysia. This part takes about 1 to 2 weeks.
It's quite a few hoops.
Definitely. Step 8, the e-visa comes through. Then MAQAMAT helps coordinate flights with the student.
Sorting out the travel, okay.
Step 9, and this seems crucial throughout all this, a MAQAMAT coordinator keeps track, keeps the student informed, ensures things are moving smoothly, continuous visibility.
Like a project manager for your application.
Kind of, yeah. And finally, step 10. Student arrives in Malaysia, our university. The MAQAMAT coordinator is there on the ground to help with the internal university stuff.
Like what?
Things like the required medical checkup, getting the ICAD sorted.
ICAD?
Yeah, it's the student identity card, their legal residency proof in Malaysia. Super important for daily life there.
Wow. That is detailed.
It really is. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this whole detailed process, it's clearly designed to minimize those roadblocks. They anticipate the hurdles.
Yeah, you can see how it would reduce the stress.
Absolutely. It makes you think how many talented students might just give up trying to navigate all that alone.
No kidding. That level of hand-holding, step by step, it's really something. So it sounds great on paper, but what about reality? What have actual students said about using MAQAMAT? Does the feedback match the process?
Well, we do have a couple of testimonials from the source material. One is from Abdul Majid, who went to IIUM, that's the International Islamic University in Malaysia.
Well,
he praised their outstanding support, said they guided him through IIUM's process, calling the help reliable and thorough. He also specifically mentioned it made settling into accommodation easy and hassle-free.
that's quite specific praise. Accommodation help is huge.
It really is. Then there's MAQAMAT, also at IIUM. He said MAQAMAT is really helpful regarding admissions and gave a personal shout out saying, Mufti Hassan helped me a lot.
So direct personal connections seem key there.
Yeah, it points to that personalized support they mentioned. These aren't just generic, they were good comments.
Right. So what does this all mean? These stories, they really ground that structured process in actual student experiences.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder then, what's the full list,
Yeah.
whole range of services they offer to achieve this?
Yeah, pulling it all together, beyond just that specific 10-step admission flow, the overall offering is pretty broad. Okay, so there's free initial consultancy and help picking a university, finding scholarship opportunities, the university application assistance we talked about, visa and travel support, document translation services, which can be a hurdle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
IELTS preparation, ongoing student support after arrival, and just generally comprehensive guidance throughout the whole thing.
It's pretty much end to end.
Seems like that's the goal, yeah.
Yeah.
An entire support system.
What a fascinating deep dive. It really underscores the value, doesn't it? Having that kind of structured, supportive path when you're trying to navigate something as huge and frankly overwhelming as studying abroad.
Yeah.
It's not just about filling forms. Yeah. It's this guided journey from just thinking about it right through to actually arriving and settling in. And MAQAMAT's model doesn't just show their success, it really highlights a need out there.
A need for dedicated, really granular support, especially perhaps for students from regions where navigating international bureaucracy might be extra challenging.
Yeah. Exactly. A service like this, it basically demystifies the whole process. It manages all those requirements, all that red tape.
Right.
And that lets students, I actually focus on why they're doing it in the first place. Their education, their future goals, takes away a layer of anxiety.
It frees up that mental energy. Absolutely. Yeah. And maybe a final thought for you, our listener, as you consider all this, think about how this very systematic step-by-step approach we've unpacked today.
Yeah.
How could that kind of thinking maybe apply to other big decisions or complex processes in your own life? Things totally outside of international education. Something to mull over.
Interesting angle.
Definitely something to think about. Until next time, keep diving deep.